Greetings everyone, this is Rock and Roll Spot Command. Show with my review of Rambo Last Blood. So, Rambo Last Blood. Or as I kind of think of it, Rambo, Home Alone. It's about Rambo rescuing his niece from Mexican gangsters and then reenacting the climax of Home Alone when, on a more lethal level, when the gangsters come to get payback on Rambo. It's honestly a poor conclusion to the series. As I said, it's supposed to be, this is the end of the last Rambo movie. This is the last one. Oof. They really did not go out on a high note. The movie's predictable, but I mean, it's got solid action scenes, so at least there is that. Interestingly enough, the gore factor is actually toned down a bit from at least from the last movie. Anyway, cast of note, we've got Stallone as Rambo. I mean, it's friggin' Rambo. What all needs to be said there? Paz Vega as Carmen Delgado, an independent journalist who's looking into the gangsters that have attracted Rambo's attention. Mainly because they kidnapped her sister, and weeks later, she was found dead. Said sister was found dead after having been sold into slavery. Yvette Monreal as Gabrielle, Rambo's niece, abandoned by her father at a young age, largely raised by Rambo for the majority of the last 11 years, especially after her mother died of cancer. Oscar Haneda as Victor Martinez. He's one of the leaders of the group of the gangsters that attract Rambo's attention. Sergio Perez Macheda as Hugo Martinez, who's the other leader of the well, we may as well call him a cartel. Adriana Barraza as Maria Beltran, who's Rambo's housekeeper. It's very clear she cares deeply for John and Gabrielle. But even goes as far as to say she probably thinks of them as family. And Vanessa Pineda as Giselle, who's an old friend of Gabrielle and not too highly thought of by Rambo or Maria. So, on to the spoiler-free breakdown of the movie. So, we start up. Rambo's now living peacefully on his family farm in Arizona. Kind of get a day in the life, and he's taking medication, presumably for PTSD, and any other issues he may have as well. And he's kind of steeling himself for his niece going off to college, as she's recently graduated from high school. So when she tells him she's going to a party held at a friend's house for people going off to college, he suggests, "Hey, why not have a party here instead?" Even saying, "Hey, the tunnel system I built around the place, you can have the party down there." And so they're like, "Okay, that sounds great." During the party, she gets a call from Giselle, who it turns out has found her Gabrielle's father. Apparently he lives in the town over from her in Mexico. So she tells Rambo and Maria that she wants to go and find him and talk to him, find out why he left. Both Rambo and Maria think that's bad. Think that while they can understand the idea of wanting closure. At the same time, they both say, hey, he hasn't changed. He's not a good person. If anything, just wait a while. Think about it for a while. But she ends up lying to them, saying she's not going to, and then sneaking away in her car and going anyway. Her and her father talk, and then afterwards, Giselle takes her to a club down in Mexico, where Gabrielle gets roofied and kidnapped, with the idea being she'll be sold into slavery. A few days later, Rambo makes his way to Mexico, first talking with Gabrielle's father. No, first talking with Giselle, then with Gabrielle's father, then he has Giselle take him to the club where the two of them went. Actually, no, it was first he talked to the dad, then he talked to Giselle, so got that backwards. But yeah, he talks to Gabrielle's father, then he talks to Giselle. Giselle takes him to the club where they went. He catches the eye of Carmen, an independent journalist who's been looking into the cartel, I guess. And he manages to track. He does manage to at least find and get their attention. Tries to get his niece back, but instead gets the crap beat out of him, and told, because of this, we are going to treat your niece even worse than we were going to before. He's told that shortly before he loses consciousness. While unconscious, Carmen finds him, takes Rambo home, gets the doctor to see him, nurses him back to health, tells Rambo her story, and once he's recovered, he manages to track down Gabrielle, who, has been very, very horribly mistreated, to put things very lightly, in the intervening days, and he rescues her and takes her back home. So once they return from Mexico, Rambo sets about setting traps all over the property. Before returning to Mexico, killing Victor and some of his henchmen, and basically they come and, as a means of saying, "Come and get me," to Hugo, and they are all for following him back, and so they attack the farm, which they know the location of, as they have Rambo's driver's license. So the cartel arrives and sets for all of Rambo's traps, and it pretty much comes down to Rambo and Hugo for the big final confrontation. So the ups and downs. You know what? The action scenes and the Home Alone sequence are really good. I cannot shit on those at all. The exposition, I think, was well placed, well handled, and does cover, does basically give you a, hey, it answers the question, well, hey, what has Rambo been up to since the end of Rambo? It answers it clearly enough. We're like, okay, all right. We have to make a few. You have to make a few inferences, figuring, okay, yes, Dad was probably dead when he showed up at the end of Rambo. And to be fair, Stallone isn't bad. Moving on, though. First and foremost, it does not feel like a Rambo movie. Hardly at all. Also, most of the characters come off as extremely one note. Carmen, the journalist, she is simply there to drag Rambo away and nurse him back to health and provide exposition. And then once she's done that, we never see her again. The plot is predictable to the point of almost feeling generic. And yeah, like I said at the beginning of this is a really low note to go out on for the Rambo series. Overall opinion, this is by far the low point of the Rambo series, and it honestly feels more like a Death Wish knockoff than a Rambo movie. So I guess overall I gotta give it I gotta give it 2 out of 5 rating wise. I expected more from Rambo, and sadly this did not deliver. Anyway, that's it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, PayPal, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off, saying, live long and rock hard.